Hello folks, so today we're going to be talking about an interesting stock. It's a biotech stock and it could be the Palantir of the biotech sector. So it's going to be a very high risk to reward trade here, but stay tuned to find out why. So the stock is called Recursion Pharmaceuticals and it has a promising AI interface system that could be useful for pharmaceutical companies. So stay tuned to find out what made me buy this stock. Recursion calls itself a TechBio stock, which is a new buzzword. I haven't heard that word before. And could it be the next Palantir? And what it does is it is building an AI operating system for pharmaceutical companies, essentially. So why am I interested in the stock? Well, first of all, it's in a hot sector, AI, and it's in a niche sector that hasn't really gone through a bubble yet, like 3D printing. Here's a chart of Materialize NV, which is a 3D printing stock, and as you can see, it really went through a little mini bubble a few years ago and it sort of popped. So this sector, the tech bio sector, hasn't really gone through that yet. And when it comes to Recursion, technically it looks like it might have bottomed, and I'll get into this later. Even though Recursion has negligible revenue, it has promise and has some interesting institutional sponsors in the form of Nvidia, Cathie Wood, and a host of venture capitalists. And remember folks, in a speculative environment, the idea is worth more than actual revenue and earnings. So let's talk about Recursion's product. It has an operating system powered by a supercomputer, top 50 in the world apparently, and the idea is that it can help pharmaceutical companies make drugs more efficiently and come up with ones that would never have been made in the first place. So it's a bit wishy-washy, and I'm not sure in what stage of development it is in. Like, is it an alpha, beta stage or whatever? Is it even a fully functional product? Who knows? But let's just assume that it is a legit product for now, and the revenue will come later. They're getting a few $1 million of revenue every quarter from R&D agreements currently with other pharmaceutical companies, but they are almost negligible for now. It's like 10 million per quarter or something. Recursion also has a few products of its own in the pipeline, but I won't get into them because they seem to be targeted at pretty small markets and pretty rare conditions. Another source of potential revenue in the future is the licensed use of its datasets. Apparently, Recursion have petabytes of biological and chemical data, and I'm assuming it's drug and research related data. Moving on to financials. Recursion had around $300 million in cash as of September last year, and appears to be burning through $50 million in stock-based compensation per year. It's not ideal, but it seems to be par for the course for many of these unprofitable tech stocks these days. Last July, it got an investment of around $50 million from Nvidia's venture capital fund, which sent the stock skyrocketing. However, Nvidia has invested in more than half a dozen similar companies. So in reality, I think it's just Jensen Huang throwing wads of cash around. Last time I checked, Nvidia had around $20 billion in cold hard cash just sitting around. So $50 million is just a drop in the ocean for them. So what could be the catalyst for Recursion? What could make this stock go up? Well, there are several factors. The first is some sort of positive FDA reaction to one of its pipeline drugs. They don't look like earth-shatteringly significant drugs, so the effect could be muted. Another catalyst could be more funding from the likes of Nvidia or some other prominent investor. This could be a mega cap pharmaceutical company or some huge institutional investor. A third catalyst could be actual revenues. Yes, if Recursion announces a large and significant contract with a mega cap pharmaceutical company to use its operating system, this could send the stock soaring. A fourth and more likely catalyst is simply AI money spreading out from the obvious names like Microsoft, Nvidia, and Palantir to more specialized sectors like this one, the nascent tech bio sector, which Recursion is in now. Remember how I said that the tech bio sector hasn't really had a bubble yet? Well, 2024 may very well be its year. So here's where the actual execution part comes in. Let's pull up a chart of Recursion. So my whole play is predicated on the fact that the current price offers an attractive entry from a risk to reward perspective. If I enter here and we get a positive catalyst, the market will start moving up, and if more money enters the ring, who knows how high this will go. But if I enter here and the company sort of bumbles along and the product is not that great, the stock will continue to fall and I'll get stopped out. I'll take my 20 to 30% loss gladly and move on to better ideas. So my risk here is around 20 to 30% with about a few triple digit upside. If it triples in price before coming back down again, I'm a happy camper. I think it's worth the trade. So to summarize, this company might actually be a huge flop or groundbreaking. In fact, there's quite a sizable short position on the stock. According to the Wall Street Journal, around 25% of the float is shorted right now, which is quite high, even for a non-profitable tech stock. So if they get squeezed, look out. However, one concern is the huge cash burn. It's currently burning around $70 million on average per quarter, so they really need something soon. Again, I'm just putting on a small initial position, half in jest and half seriously, just to see what happens. And if I get stopped out for a 20 to 30% loss, that's perfectly fine. But the upside is what I'm gunning for. Alright, well, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of Recursion. Are you buying it? Are you selling it? Are you holding it? Do you think it's a scam? Do you think it has any promise at all? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, please check out some of my other ones. Just please click and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.